Okay, Azuki Beans, this is my second attempt at filming this. The first attempt I was just like spoiling the book all over the place, and I was like, no, I shouldn't. And I wasn't looking at the camera, I was looking away from the camera, but I'm trying vlogging style, so sorry if the camera's a bit shaky, but I'm holding it in one hand while I'm filming in the other, and I'm actually not looking at the camera, I'm looking out the window that's beyond the camera, because I'm technically at work, and I need to keep an eye on where people are, and so I have to watch the door. So it's quiet right now, so I can talk. This is the review recommendation video for Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Now, if you haven't read this book, shame on you. Well, I feel like this isn't super well known. I really like it. I think if you like Anne of Green Gables, it's similar. Like, it came out before Anne of Green Gables, so not to say Ellen Montgomery totally copied this book, but Ellen Montgomery was inspired. I mean, they're very different, like the main characters. As you will learn very quickly, Rebecca is one of 7. It's like the very first chapter title. We are 7, based on that old poem. And she's going to live with her 2 aunts, Aunt Miranda and Aunt Jane. She has black hair. She's just very different from Anne, but they have like the same personality, and I would say they have like the same story, but they don't, because Rebecca has no romance. Yay! Yeah, Rebecca is like, no, I'm just not interested in boys. She's like super not interested in boys. I'm sure some people would, oh, maybe she's interested. She's just not interested in romance. Like, except for, I don't want to write it. She's just not really interested in romance. I really enjoyed that about Rebecca. Because at that age, I was like, 14, 15, 16, 12, 13. I wasn't interested in romance either. I mean, I would read a romance if it was, like, available. But I wouldn't, I wasn't interested in it. I would, like, look at a guy and be like, this is cute. Oh. So I really like Rebecca because it's like, so what I think is more real, she cares about her family, she cares about her friends, and other than that, she's like, I don't know. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. But I'm sure some people, probably prefer the romance. Anyhow, so the story is basically, she goes to live with her aunt and uncle, no, not her aunt and uncle, her 2 aunts. And they live, in this bigger city, and she goes to school to get educated, and she meets friends, and she does cool things, and, like, grows up and matures, and meets crazy people, like, Adam Ladd. Sorry, I don't want this to die, so it's charging. Yeah, not to spoil the book, because you don't know who he is for the longest time, but once you know who he is, it's like, oh, he's Adam Ladd, and the name means nothing, but he's just, cool person she meets, and yeah, that's kind of how it is. She meets cool people, she does cool things, she does wild things, so yeah. But she always does things with intent. Her modus operandi, her goal in life is to help her mother pay off the mortgage on the family farm, which is amazing. I love it. So her goal is to go to school and get a teaching permission and start teaching so she can pay off the mortgage. And she has an older sister who, in theory, should also be helping pay off the mortgage, but her older sister gets married, and so it's all on her to pay off the mortgage. And so it's she's like really concerned because she always has to work towards paying off the mortgage, and she's always helping her friends, like she's friends with the in Anne of Green Gables, I feel like these characters are kind of wild and frowned upon. The, what's their last names? Are they the Sawyers? I think they might be the Sawyers. Anyhow, it's this big family, like hers, their dad is, a bit of a cheat, and, he's always stealing things, and making inhonest trades, and so she tries to help them by selling. I don't know if I should tell what they're selling and what happens, because that's, a memorable plot point. But, yeah. It's an everyday life in the story. So, there's no big romance, there's no big, anything. It's just her trying to set herself up in life so she can earn money, and then her learning how to deal with her aunts and with a different lifestyle. And it's really interesting how to, how to act calm, because she's a wild, flighty child, is great in stories, but she has to act calm because, that's part of growing up, is, hiding your inner crazy, growing out of your inner, growing to, be more than just your inner crazy. And so, I really love Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. She, so, the characters, like I said, I would say they definitely, Anne of Green Gables remind me of them, but at the same time, they're so different, because there's more, this is a story where there's just, I feel like, a lot of characters. And Anne of Green Gables, there's definitely a fair number, but in this character, she has, adult characters. There's her mom, her two aunts. Her mom's the sister of the two aunts, so they're 3 sisters. And her mom's the only one who got married, and, there's, oh my goodness. The story of the 3 sisters, that's, minor background story stuff, I didn't notice this the first time I read it through, back when I read it. I think it was an abridged version anyhow, but that was 10, 12 plus years ago. So I didn't notice the romances, the histories of the 3 sisters, 3 adult sisters, but they're there, and they are, wow. So, there's the mom. She got married, of course. Big shock. She had 7 kids. She got married. And then there's Mirandy, who, never found love. And then there's Jane, and, Jane's fiancé died in the Civil War, because, this is a book set in America in the, late 1800s, early 1900s, and the Civil War happened, just a few years before. Well, not even a lifetime before. And so, the characters talk about it. It's minor. And I think if you're young, you could overlook it. But, Aunt Jane, she dealt with the Civil War, and that's just, I was shocked to remember that happened. And so, where was I? I have no idea. I just got distracted to talk about minor side plots. Oh, right, adults. And then there's the married couple. And then there's the first school teacher, the second school teacher, and Adam Ladd. And those are, like, all adults that are, like, pretty major roles, important people. I mean, they're also, like, the Sawyer's dad. He, like, exists. And I guess by the end of the story, a lot of them are young adults, you know, like, they're treated as adults. And, I mean, there's, of course, Rebecca's older sister, and her husband. And so there's, like, a lot of adults, but then Rebecca has, like, her best friend, and her best friend's, like, super cool. Her best friend's like, I want to go to college, well, secondary school, with my best friend, because I'll just be so unhappy. Oh, I'm just spoiling it again. So unhappy here without her. And it's just, I love this book. You should highly check it out especially if you like Anne of Green Gables. But if you really just want a fun classic that is a bit different and quick, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Do the YouTube things. Bye!